This is a follow-up to the previous video, number 57, where I show how the Edward de Vere reference, 4T, appears 3 times in this symbol on the cover of John Gerard's The Herbal or General History of Plants. First, I want to clear up that I wasn't suggesting the symbol was a magical sigil, like you'd find in a medieval grimoire. I was only saying that the symbol reminded me of one because the 4 T's are read in a pattern in the way that a spirit's signature is read in a sigil. That's all I meant. Sigillum is the Latin word for seal, which is why I called the symbol Edward de Vere's sigil. That said, Ron Raphael, a fellow researcher into the Shakespeare authorship question and who has a YouTube channel under his name, said that the symbol looks like a bag seal, which it does. Bag seals, also called bale seals and cloth seals depending on the item they marked, were small discs attached to bags or bales of goods, usually textiles. The seals were often marked with information that could identify where the goods were made, who made them, the quality of the goods, and merchant and tax information as the goods passed through various ports. Ron suggested a bag seal website which has over 4,000 examples. I looked at all of them, and others I could find, but there were things about the seal on the cover of The Herbal that were different. At a glance, Oxford's seal includes similar markings. He uses the sign of 4, which represents Jesus and appears on the East India Company seals, but the sign of 4 was being used long before they ever did. There's also a cross extending downwards into what looks like an upside-down Y. More on that in a minute. And I did find seals with X's, but not like Oxford's, where there are 4 X's weaved together into a double V. If there are any, I didn't see them. And I didn't find one with an L that's also an upside-down F. I explained all these characters in the previous video. Now, even though Oxford uses some of the same characters you'll find on other seals, I didn't see one that could be read like his. I set up rules that the characters couldn't be taken from just anywhere on the symbol to spell something, that they would have to be read one after another in a pattern, and that each character could only be used once. This would prevent countless words from being spelled. Applying these rules, I was able to find Oxford's 4T reference 3 times. Finding things 3 times can be a way of validating a message. In the first book of John, we're told that there are 3 that bear record in heaven and 3 that bear witness on earth. Depending on your belief, God is a Trinity. Jesus is God and the truth. Therefore, finding information in a Trinity or 3 times can mean that it's true. Alexander Waugh talks about this concept in his videos, and Ron Raphael refers to it as the tria sunt omnia principle. Alright, now I do have an update for the first part, which is a 4 followed by T. Starting with the 4, or sign of 4, the symbol is read left to right. It's followed by a bent cross, or T, which leans backwards. And it's here someone named Scout commented that the cross connects to this character, which is an upside-down Y. Instead of just 4 and the letter T, it's spelled 4TY, or 40. Which is the same thing, only more thoroughly spelled out. With sigils, letters can be read in every direction. This is clearly an upside-down letter Y, which you can tell by the left arm being drawn thicker than the right. For a moment, I thought by reading the symbol upside down, the double V in the background of the Y was an interpretation of the 3 pyramids of Giza, which might be a hint someone's in a secret society. The thing is, an upside-down double V in this font will always appear as 3 pyramids, so I think it's just a natural occurrence. 4T appearing 3 times in a pattern, though, isn't. Starting with the sign of 4. Left to right, the 4 is followed by T, leaning backwards to the upside-down Y, spelling 40. The Y extends down to the 4 X's or Roman numeral 10s below. Left to right, the 4 Roman numeral 10s equal 40. 4T is read left to right, then down the middle, which makes a T shape. The 4 X's are read beneath it left to right. Together, the pattern makes the shape of a letter I. Following the 4T at the top of the symbol, the remaining letters are read clockwise, starting with the letter A. Like I explained in the previous video, Renaissance Europeans knew that al, A-L, is the Arabic word for the. Reading clockwise, the letters spell the fourth T. I think reading the letters clockwise in a circular pattern makes the letter O. Together, the letters are read in the pattern of an I and an O spelling Io, which can be a reference to Apollo. On the frontispiece, Apollo stands over the symbol, and as Alexander Waugh explains in his John Gerard New video, here Apollo is Oxford. Before I close, I want to address the letters OR, which I can't recall seeing on any of the thousands of seals I looked at. In the addendum to video 55, I show how the phrase God, Vere, and Gold Rosy Cross is found in 3 sets of 3 in Shakespeare's sonnets. In some of the examples, or is used for the word gold, and here we have or in the middle of the symbol. It's surrounded by crosses, and I wonder if there's a gold or gold rosy cross message here, or does it stand for something else? I don't know, but I do know that OR can be used in the clockwise spelling of the fourth T, and that 40 can be found 2 other times for a total of 3 4T references to Oxford. Everything's spelled in a pattern, and no letter is used more than once. That's my take on the symbol. Oxford used characters that are found on seals like the East India Trading Company and others, but I don't think it's a merchant seal belonging to someone else. None that I saw could be read in the way this one can. Did he use the symbol for other purposes, or was it designed specifically for the herbal frontispiece? If anyone's seen it somewhere else, please let me know. Thanks to Ron Raffel for recognizing the similarities to a bag seal, to Scout for pointing out the upside-down Y, to Alexander Waugh for his video on the frontispiece, and again to Jack for sending the symbol to me. And thank you for watching.